Theme tonight is deception is a hell of a drug. Hell of a drug. So is Erika Kirk. Because here's the thing. You know, ever since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, the things that have been revealed about Erika is just very weird. Very weird. We talked about her parents. We talked about like her mom being part of DHS, her mom's company as well, like in Arizona. We talked about her dad working for defense in Israel. We've gone down that road, and now we're going a step further here. First and foremost, last time we heard from Erika, aside from that America Fest, sorry, I'm laughing. That was a funny time. Erika said that she needed time to grieve and she needs to be left alone, right? Like give her time. She needs to be left, give her time to grieve. Now, this is when Candace was they were asking to meet at one point, right? That was before they met. And I don't know, because now there's some other things that have been revealed, right? Sam Parker, who I think has been on Erika's ass. Like this guy, I don't know who he is, but he's been on Erika's ass. He said it's been 12 days since Erika Kirk's failed attempt at an alibi. She says she's been too busy with sick kids to resend a text message to Candace. Does this look like she's too busy to send a follow-up text message? So here's a picture here of Erika with who I believe is probably her son, supposed to be her son. And this looks like it was shared on Instagram. It says here, exploring with my little loves, making soup for Nana with Chef GG, what I would give for a real one. I feel you with me always. Mama Lo still giving her words of wisdom the best she can. Moments of overwhelming humility drenched in God's grace, making childhood memories, unexpected friendships, your voice and wisdom that continues to echo throughout the world, making heaven crowded. So this was shared on Instagram, and I am not one to say, you can't obviously spend time with your child. That's not what I'm saying. But what's weird is like, it seemed like she was angry that people were critical of her or asking questions and that she wanted privacy, but she's everywhere. Like if it's not, America Fest, I understand they already had that plan, but I mean, she came out on the stage like, I thought she was, what's the woman's name? Tammy Baker? The way she walked out there with that sequin suit and what's going on around here? Don't understand, right? And she's been everywhere since then. That's the other thing. If we go into this part here, Project Constitution has been following her plane. This is cracking me up. Project Constitution said Erika is out here living her best life since Charlie's assassination, and the internet is losing. Y'all keep hitting me with people grieve in different ways. Okay, sure. But come on. Charlie's gone. Erika's single again. Apparently doesn't have her kids anymore. We'll get to that in just a second. She's jet setting nonstop on a private jet to Cabo and Miami, the two biggest party capitals on the planet. Bikinis, beaches, nightlife, celebrity hotspot. Girl is out here looking for husband number 2 already. The flight radar is spilling all the tea. Frequent trips to these exact spots while the kids are nowhere in sight. And she's thriving like never before. Grief looks different for everyone, but this looks like she finally got her freedom back or something way darker. Here's the other question. Where are the kids? Who's paying for endless luxury getaways? And why does it feel like she's celebrating instead of mourning? The internet wants answers, not excuses. Okay, so he has been able to follow this jet. Have to mute it because of the music. But if this is correct, it shows it going from Scottsdale to Cabo. Cabo is a party destination for those who are not familiar. Scottsdale to Miami, another party destination. I don't know why they're showing the bikini shots there.
Fox News programming.
Daddy's home. Take his phone. Friday night. Shabbat Shalom.
Ass-grabbing leather and glittery pantsuits, scripted town halls, pyrotechnics-infused entries, caressing the Vice President of the United States and conducting merch giveaways. Like, where the hell are this woman's kids?
You're victimizing the victim, if that makes sense.
Pause here, because we'll get to that in just a second. But the question that people are asking is, where are Erika's kids? Like what is going on here? For someone who said, give me time, give us, and I get it, it's been a couple of months since Charlie Kirk was killed, but where are the kids? Because I have another picture to show you as well, whereas people are like, so now she's at this bowl game? Like, where are for someone who said that they needed time, like give them privacy, for someone who said that, she is not being private at all. And I think, like, if you're going to be a celebrity or a public figure, when you leave the house, when you go to said events, I feel like people have a right to comment. I feel like they do. If you don't want to be seen, stay your ass in the house. And I'll tell you an example about that. Singer and legend, Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle said this a long time ago on a talk show. She said that people get what they sign up for. She said, I knew getting into this that there was a possibility I could be famous, I could be a celebrity. So I don't leave the house if I don't want to be bothered. She said, if you don't want to be bothered and you're famous and you're a celebrity, leave your ass in the house. So that's the part to me that just kind of gets me, is like, she's getting mad because people are like, why are you out and about? But she's the one that's out and about. And then there's this part. Now, all of a sudden, there's this documentary that has resurfaced, apparently, where Erika Kirk is in the documentary and partnered with the guy who's CIA. And like, this is wild. Let's go ahead and bring this in here. Like I said, we just keep finding out more and more and more. Let's start with the community note first, and then we'll get into it. It says the clip comes from the public 2015 documentary Black Start on grid threats, not CIA produced, but it said it features Erika presenting alongside former CIA director James Woolsey. Her family business includes EMP protection tech. So we knew things about like Erika. We've been discovering things, but now we see she's rubbing elbows here with a former CIA director. Let's get into this documentary vid here. Check this out. So that's her.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
Guys, do you have ties or connection to a CIA director or a former CIA director? Because I don't. It's just all getting more and more weird. And then when Candace came up with the story about the Fort Huachuca and Mitch and all of that was revealed, it's just kind of like now, you look back at it and it's like Erika and friends wanted to pretend as though that was a far-fetched idea. But the more that keeps being revealed about her past, it doesn't seem that far-fetched now, does it? Look at all these connections. The Romanian orphanage, which there was alleged sex trafficking and abuse. The parents in the Department of Defense for Israel. The mom, DHS. And now we see like all these things scream honeypot to me. All of it. And now we see this documentary where she's working directly with the CIA director. What the absolute hell? It's wild.
What we're saying, but they don't want to take action. Take action.
Well, there are 18 critical infrastructures in the United States: food, water, transportation, communications,
This guy,
etc. All 17 of the others depend on electricity.
If our grid goes down, you can't cook, you're not going to heat anything, you can't run any of your medical supplies, you can't talk on your phone, you can't take money out of a bank. And
isn't that Janine from Fox News? Is everybody putting all the pieces together? Ay, ay, ay.
we turn into total chaos.
If this happens, the system stops.
If a transformer is taken down, we have to order it from Germany or China. It's going to take a year.
So do you guys hear this? And it's like pro-war. It's pro-war. That's really what this is. Let me come out a little bit here. Let me just see what they show you here, because I don't want to. Okay, yeah. So let me go back. This is wild. This is wild, man.
Up till recently, there were no comprehensive protective solutions available.
We know what the solutions are. They're not expensive. They're not difficult to employ. We just need the political will to do it and the follow through on the part of the electric utilities to get it done.
The White House is protected from an EMP. The Congress and the CIA and the NSA, all of the areas that need to function in the government are protected. So why can't we be protected?
Around some of these facilities, you don't have much more than a chain link fence to keep people out. Now that seems absurd to me.
I think it is absurd when we now know that attack on as few as 9 grid substations could bring down all 3 major interconnections for the United States.
So basically what you see here, again, if we go back to, it's just weird, like all of this stuff, we go back to even the community notes, it says her family's business includes EMP protection tech. So it's just, what is this? It's strange. Again, like if, let's say none of those other things happened, let's say the Romanian orphanage didn't happen. Let's say the defense, Israeli defense didn't happen with her dad. Let's say her mom wasn't part of Homeland Security. Then you can kind of say, okay, she was in this documentary, you know, it just is what it is. Maybe she didn't know anything about it. But it's all of it together. It's all of it together. And then there was this other thing that I want to get into here as well. I didn't know this either. More people are finding things. That's what I'm saying. Did you guys know that Erika apparently is at least Facebook friends with Benjamin Netanyahu's son? Check out this message. Look, Erika and Yair Netanyahu are Facebook friends. Netanyahu liked her photo that was posted after she started dating Charlie. Checks out. Here's the date, September 25th, 2019. And we click on here, we can see the likes. And there's Netanyahu's son. I mean, it's all like everything is connecting. So, of course, like she's pro-Israel. There's Netanyahu's son. Just happens to seem to be around the same time she was dating Charlie, or at least started dating him. That don't seem kind of weird to you guys? It's just weird to me. Now, we go back to the plane. The video that was shown where it showed a plane, private plane leaving from Arizona and going to Miami. You know who else lives in Miami? Benjamin Netanyahu's son. Doesn't mean it was necessarily him. We don't know, but he does live there. He has a big ass luxury apartment. His son is not in Israel with the IDF. He ain't over there. Like, you know, he's right here in the United States. And we can look at this here. Now, here's the thing about the kids. Now, for the record, Representative Anna Paulina has clarified, but I'm still going to show you what she said. To clarify, I meant to say the kids lost their dad. PBD podcast is not edited, so it was not changed or taken out. So it must have been, I don't know if it was a live interview, but it wasn't edited, right? Now, some of you are like, what is she talking about? What I found weird about this is that he didn't question it. Listen to what she says.
Court seems to be a common thread. I do think that the shooter in Pennsylvania had a handler. It seems like there's similar profiles to these people. So I definitely am curious myself to see what that evidence is. But I do think that when the information isn't put out there directly, that's when you have a lot of these, well, you know, could have Erika have been involved in any of that? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that she at all had any connection to that. When I see that, it's like you're victimizing the victim, if that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, she did lose her husband. She lost her kids. Like, I was just with her at the White House. And
she lost her what? So this is the part that really threw people for a loop. And I had to go back and say, did she say what I thought she said?
Those people are gagged.
I'm not a fan of gag orders because of what I saw happen with President Trump in New York City, when they were trying to put a gag order on him to control the narrative about that. What I will also say, though, is I'm curious to see what evidence they do have. So I'm curious to see what they can present in court. Because if you have evidence where you have like prints on everything and the guy's, you know, pleading guilty to it, I think it's a lot different. That'll answer a lot of questions. But either which way, I mean, Charlie was on the path to become and probably easily get elected based on the base that he had and the reach that he had and the ability to connect with people and the messaging and just the ability to break through cognitive dissonance. He was like a complete just machine in that sense.
And someone didn't want that to happen. But this part right about here.
Could have had prints, all that. That's gone. So if that's happening with cocaine, no, I'm not surprised. Yeah. You had some crazy people in and out of that White House.
I'm sure they had a great weekend. People.
Don't use cocaine, guys.
No, but Theo Von said it best to J.D. Vance. He said, we can't even do cocaine nowadays, right? I don't know if you saw that clip with Theo.
Well, there's fentanyl. Don't do cocaine.
No, don't touch it.
Go running and stuff, you know. But the fact that discord seems to be a common thread, I do think that the shooter in Pennsylvania had a handler. It seems like there's similar profiles to these people. So I definitely am curious myself to see what that evidence is. But I do think that when the information isn't put out there directly, that's when you have a lot of these, well, you know, could have Erika have been involved in any of that? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that she at all had any connection to that. When I see that, it's like you're victimizing the victim, if that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, she did lose her husband. She lost her kids. Like, I was just.
She said she did lose her husband. She lost her kids. Now, this interview apparently took place 2 months ago, but I never saw it. I don't watch PBD podcasts, so I didn't see it. But apparently people just picked up on the fact that she said this. And so that viral moment made its way around on social media. Now, she came forward and she said that she misspoke. She meant to say the kids lost their father. I don't know. Because what is also weird is that he didn't ask any question about that. When she continues here after she says she lost her kids.
With her at the White House. And she's, you know, that's anyone. If that happened to your wife, my husband, like, it's devastating. But I do think that there will be a lot probably that will come out in the trial. And it'll answer a lot of questions, which I think people should see the evidence.
Yeah. What's the one thing that came out, Rob, that...
He goes into what's the one thing that came out, Rob. And he's a bootlicker too, by the way. Patrick Bet-David, he's terrible. This guy's terrible. You want to talk about schemes. You want to talk about a con artist. Like, this guy had a freaking pyramid scheme. I call him a robber. He basically, he definitely exploited people. Yeah, he was one of those. He was part of one of those, you know, the multi-level pyramid schemes. He started one of those companies, and like, he greatly got criticized for this. Like, he got like really viciously attacked because he like exploited people. Yeah. He wants to be, he's pro-Israel so bad. He kissed Benjamin Netanyahu's ass when he came on the show. This guy's terrible. But notice how he didn't ask. when she said Erika lost her kids. Notice how he didn't ask her, like, what do you mean she lost her kids? And so I Googled it and I was curious. Like I said she misspoke. I Googled it and it seems that there are some rumors that are possibly happening. And what I saw is it says that there are a number of rumors that are online where people are saying that there's some type of custody battle between her and the grandparents, allegedly. I don't know. I couldn't find anything that confirmed that, to be honest. But that's what the rumors are out there in those streets. But Erika don't look like she's grieving to me. This is recent. Another glitzy night out at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Erika Kirk front and center, all smiles, celebrating. But real talk, it's been just 4 months since Charlie tragic death, and those little ones just lost their dad in the most horrific way. Where are the kids in these constant outings? Bowl games, events, travel? Seems like they are rarely, if ever, around. Are they okay? Who's watching them while mom's out cheering and networking? Kids that young are struggling hard with grief. They need stability, routine, and their remaining parents close by more than ever. This doesn't look like mourning. It looks like moving on fast. Grief is personal, but when you're only parent left, priorities shift to make the babies first. And I think she's correct. So here she is, at the Peach Bowl. And some people may see this and they're like, well, Sabby, you being too hard on her. She's allowed to go to a football game. Okay. I mean, like, didn't she tell everybody that she needed this time alone at home and to give her that privacy and give her that space? And you asking for space, but you out here in public. I'm confused. Which one is it? Space, public, space, public. So there's that. And then also the Miami thing to me really, really, really sticks out, because is it possible that she is going from Arizona to go visit Benjamin Netanyahu's son? And what could be going on there, mind you? I'm just saying, something is not right. You can't ask for privacy, but you continue to be public. That's like me walking outside tomorrow and saying, all right, guys, I want some privacy. Everybody says, okay, Sabs. But then the next day, you see me at a concert. Then the day after that, you see me like at a football game, and you see me but I wanted to be private though. Something is weird. Something is off there. And I say again, deception is a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug, because if it were me and I had 2 little kids and they lost their father, that would be my focus right now. Not traveling all across the world, not going to Miami. People say, well, she's the CEO of Turning Point. She has to do it. No, there's other people that could take up that role so that she can spend time with her kids, because it's true what that woman said. Kids do need stability, especially when they lose a parent. There is nothing worse than talk to anyone who lost their parent when they were a kid, and they'll tell you there's nothing worse than when a child, especially that age, loses a parent. And there does need to be stability there. But how is there stability when you all over the place? Why are you going to Cabo? That's not no business meeting place. People go to Cabo to party. That's why they go there. People don't go to Cabo to do business. They go to Cabo to party. So I don't know, guys. The handler thing looks more and more suspicious to me. The handler thing. It really stands out. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.